A little more WHA news, actually a lot more WHA news as it was turning out. Buck Hoole, the general manager of the Ottawa Nationals of the WHA, says that he has a player very interested in joining the team and that he is typical of what he's heard from many players around the NHL. This young player is defenseman Rick Smith of the California Golden Seals. Smith was traded to California midway through the season of the deal that sent Carl Vadnais to the Boston Bruins. Well, Smith apparently sent the Nats a letter in which he indicated a strong interest in leaving the NHL for the Ottawa team. He had questions in the letter about the possibility of signing with the team, and I'm sure he asked a few questions like, is this money for real? We had reported earlier that the Miami franchise, the folks who were signing Bernie Parent to that ridiculous contract, Miami might be on shaky ground because they didn't have an arena. Well, it turns out the ground was more than shaky. It was crumbling beneath their feet. Owner Herb Martin of the Screaming Eagles franchise was upset that he had not been granted a building permit for his beautiful big new arena office hotel complex. Well, it turns out that Herb had never even submitted the proper plans to the municipality for the arena. 2 of 4 walls were up, but behind those 2 walls, nothing had been done. He also failed to meet a number of other municipal requirements, never even submitted any of the required paperwork. But Martin wasn't done. He told anyone who he thought might buy his BS that he was going to post a $100,000 performance fee on the weekend, and he would certainly find a place for his team and his very expensive goalkeeper to play. Of course, the big meeting was held on Saturday morning. Lots of hoopla, lots of reporters, a few people actually who knew a little bit about hockey were there. 10 teams posted their performance bonds. 2 teams of the 12 that were supposed to be there did not. Those 2 teams, Miami and Calgary. Calgary asked for an extension, saying they were working hard to get ownership for that franchise, and the extension was granted, mainly because it was Bill Hunter and Ben Hatskin who were working to get the franchise situation turned around there. But guess what? The Miami team never showed up. No money, although there was a representation. I shouldn't say they didn't show up. A representative of the Miami team asked the league to make an extension so that Mr. Martin could establish where his team was going to play. The WHA, in one of their wiser moves, said, you're in default, you're gone. Now, where this left Bernie Parent was basically up for speculation. Parent said he's got a guaranteed contract, although we weren't aware of him having really signed too much yet, but he said he'll be fine. Well, at the same time as Miami's arena plans were actually non-existent, another city was actually throwing its hat into the ring for an NHL team, and this was Indianapolis, Indiana, where Indiana Professional Sports Incorporated filed an application and sent a check for $25,000 to the NHL as an official application for an expansion franchise, and John Weissert, vice president and general manager of that sports group, said this makes Indianapolis a bona fide applicant for one of the 2 expansion franchises that the NHL is going to award on May 25th. And at the same time, another American city was approving the construction of a 17,000-seat arena, and that was Cincinnati, Ohio, apparently going to put the rink right near Riverfront Stadium. The city endorses the project in hopes it will lure an NHL team to that city. So the next 2 teams, you got cities like Kansas City's been around, sniffing around for a while, but they got no stadium, no arena. You got the team like Washington or somewhere in Maryland, Baltimore maybe, looking for a team. And now you got Indianapolis and Cincinnati throwing their... And these 2 teams sound like they have a pretty good plan.